let's talk about mental health and well-being today. My name is Etoro Basi. Remember to like, subscribe, share our videos, and turn on your notifications. Now let's get right to it. A lot of people tend to think about madness, psycho, whenever they hear mental health. But sometimes it's not always that extreme. Sometimes it just requires a little check-in here and there. Mental health encompasses our social, emotional, and psychological well-being. And in fact, in the past decade, and with COVID coming into the picture, the way we health workers see, feel, and talk about mental health has taken a new turn. We're putting in more energy into it because it has become very necessary in today's world. It's difficult to completely talk about mental health without mentioning the factors that influence mental health. So many biological, psychological, and social factors come together, they're interrelated and influence mental health. We're looking at factors such as employment, education, safe living environment, freedom from discrimination, ability to express one's feeling, sense of belonging, the feeling of being accepted into a certain society or a certain group of people, and also personal factors such as an individual's ability to handle stress, manage stress, how an individual as a person is able to react to situations. People react to situations differently. Some people take things to heart more than others do. That's it. So now let's consider those indicators of an unhealthy mental health. What are those things that if you begin to see them manifesting in your body or in your friend's life, then you might consider, hey girl, hey guy, you need a mental health checkup. Sorry, it's not that deep. It doesn't mean that you need to get admitted into a psychiatric hospital. It just means that you need to check in on yourself, and later on in the video I'm going to let us know how to check in on ourselves. Okay, if you're beginning to have disturbed sleep patterns, or you're beginning to feel irritable, or being slightly a bit more emotional than how you used to be before, if you're having loss of appetite, or you're overeating, or you find out that you're finding it difficult to concentrate, to set goals and achieve them, to focus on one thing and get it done, and also maybe your relationship with other people is beginning to get affected in one way or the other, then it's time to do a mental health check. On the other hand, if your mental health is sound and good and you're good to go, then you're looking at things like, of course, you're sleeping well. Yes, you're sleeping well, and then you're eating well, you're able to set goals and stay focused and achieve them, you're able to maintain good relationships with other people. Generally a stable mental health usually portrays one of somebody who is able to function very well in carrying out basic daily activities, and even functioning very well in society and every other thing that you might find yourself to do. You're sleeping well, your relationship is good. It's not like life is not full of ups and downs, but your ability to bounce back when life hits you hard, that's an indicator that you have a sound mental health. Now on to the topic that we've been waiting for. What are those tips to maintain mental health and well-being? What should you as an individual consider to do to maintain a good mental health? I'll remind you to sleep. Yes, I've been talking about sleep. I think the importance of sleep cannot be overemphasized. Sometimes we tend to put other things ahead of what we need to do as individuals. When you buy a car, you want to make sure that you're maintaining it. When you buy a new house, you're gardening, you're doing all of that. Same thing goes into our mental well-being. We have to intentionally decide to water, to groom, and to nurture our mental health. Sometimes we get caught up in life, we get caught up pursuing our dreams and planning careers, getting married, doing all of that. But mental health is a subject that cuts across everybody, no matter the phase of life you're in, no matter the stage that you're in, no matter your age, be you young, be you old, be you an adult, you always need a mental check-in. So you need to make sure that you're sleeping well. You need to make sure that you're living an active life, you're exercising. Exercise is good for your mind and for your body. You have to be sure that you're eating healthy, and you also have to try to connect with people. Make calls to family and friends, relate well, talk to people at work. Do not always be to yourself. Now, I understand that social media is actually trying to replace the relationship that we have with people in, physical relationship. But I think even though we're connecting with our friends and loved ones on social media, we should always try to make our time to meet up in person. Plan dates, plan outings, visit your parents, visit friends and loved ones, just things like that. It helps in mental health. And you also want to identify with like-minded people. Join societies, church, work. Try to be among people that have the same mental capacity with you, people that think the same way you think, people that understand the things that you do. Try to connect with people on different levels. And also, it is important to try to practice mindfulness. Some people might find yoga and meditation important, but it's good to always be aware of your environment, to always live in the present. Mindfulness is when you live in the present, when you're aware. If you're not mindful, you might come into your house and maybe it's been rearranged and you don't know, because you don't even take notice. So sometimes even something as little as when you're crossing the road, you look around, you notice posters, just notice little things around you. Sometimes when you go for a meeting, do not always sit on the same spot. Maybe another time, if you take another seat, it can help you know that, okay, you can see the world in a different perspective. So when you practice mindfulness, it helps you to get rid of unhelpful thinking. Yes, because unhelpful thinking, you know what I mean by unhelpful thinking? Actually, entertaining thoughts that are negative, entertaining thoughts that do not make sense, thoughts that will not do anything for you. Why are you entertaining them? Mental health check. It's also worthy to note that taking out time to do the things that you love, traveling, sleeping, writing. Sometimes if you're writing all your thoughts on the things that are happening to you, you might find out that it helps you feel better. But it doesn't mean that you need to do anything that you don't enjoy doing just because I said it. Find out about the things that you love to do. You see that bucket list that you have tucked up in one corner, bring it out and begin to do all of those things that you wrote down. Life is short, but you can make it long if you're living it the way you want to live it and doing the things that you love. Thank you for your attention. That will be all on Health Circumference today. Don't forget to subscribe, like, follow, share our videos, turn on your notifications so that you can always get notified whenever we post a new video. Bye.